Ever felt a weird, unsettling energy around someone you care about? It might not just be your imagination. It's important to recognize the subtle signs that someone close to you might be under negative influence. These signs can be pretty subtle and not always obvious at first glance. By learning to spot these indicators, you can get a better idea if someone around you might be dealing with harmful influences or intentions. When we talk about demonic influence, we mean those powerful, often hidden ways that negative energies or entities can affect a person's thoughts, feelings, and actions. Stick around to find out how to identify these subtle but crucial signs and keep yourself protected. Demonic influence. Have you ever felt uneasy around someone, as if there was a dark cloud hanging over them? This feeling might not just be in your head. Sometimes, people can be influenced by negative energies or even sent by malevolent forces. Demonic influence often manifests in subtle ways. It's not always dramatic or obvious. Instead, it can be quiet and insidious. You might notice small shifts in energy when certain people are around. For example, you might feel unusually tired, anxious, or depressed after spending time with them. These subtle energy imprints can be early indicators of a negative presence. Take, for instance, a friend who always seems to bring negativity. You could be having a good day, but after a short conversation with them, you feel drained and irritable. This isn't just about having a bad attitude. It might be a sign of something more sinister at play. Their energy can disrupt your own, leading to feelings of discomfort and unease. The impact of demonic influence extends beyond individual feelings. It can also affect relationships and communities. Negative energies can create discord and tension among people. For example, you might notice that arguments and misunderstandings become more frequent when a certain person is involved. Being aware of these subtle signs without becoming paranoid is essential. It's about finding a balance between vigilance and practicality. Start by paying attention to how you feel around different people. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Over time, you can develop a heightened sense of awareness that helps you detect these subtle signs. For example, if you find yourself feeling consistently uneasy around someone, take note of when these feelings occur and how they affect you. Do you feel better when they're not around? Do other people seem to experience the same discomfort? These observations can help you identify patterns and determine if someone might be influenced by negative energies. To protect yourself from potential demonic influence, consider incorporating spiritual practices into your daily routine. This might include prayer, meditation, or other rituals that help strengthen your energy and ward off negative forces. Surround yourself with positive influences and maintain a healthy environment that promotes well-being and harmony. Moreover, it's important to cultivate strong personal boundaries. If you recognize someone consistently bringing negative energy into your life, it might be necessary to limit your interactions with them. This doesn't mean you have to cut them out completely, but being mindful of how much time you spend with them can help protect your own energy. Additionally, seek support from a trusted community or spiritual advisor who can offer guidance and reassurance. Sharing your experiences with others who understand can provide comfort and help you navigate these challenging situations. Understanding and recognizing demonic influence is about being in tune with your own energy and the energies around you. By staying vigilant, trusting your instincts, and taking proactive steps to protect yourself, you can maintain a positive and healthy environment, free from negative influences. Identifying behavioral and attitudinal changes. Understanding when someone in your life might be influenced by negative forces can be tricky. It often shows in their behavior and attitudes. Firstly, pay attention to harmful behaviors and attitudes. People influenced by dark forces might lie a lot, manipulate others, or cause fights. These actions can be subtle, like spreading rumors, or obvious, like openly hurting others. For example, imagine a co-worker who always gossips and tries to make others look bad. Their actions create a toxic environment and might be a sign of negative influence. Or think about a friend who constantly criticizes you, making you feel bad about yourself. These harmful actions, whether subtle or clear, are red flags. Next, look for deceptive tactics and manipulations. People under demonic influence often hide their true nature. They might seem trustworthy and charming, making it hard to see their real intentions. For instance, someone might act like your best friend, but secretly push you to do things that go against your values or make you uncomfortable. Think about a person who seems caring, but subtly encourages you to make bad choices. This false sense of security can make it hard to recognize their manipulative tactics. Demonic influence often involves creating a facade of trust to gain control. It's also important to spot inconsistencies in actions and words. Pay attention to moments when their behavior doesn't match what they say. For example, someone might promise to support you, but then never show up when you need them. These inconsistencies can reveal their true intentions. Imagine a friend who always talks about being loyal, but repeatedly breaks promises or betrays your trust. These actions don't match their words, indicating that something is wrong. Another example is a family member who says they care about you, but always puts you in difficult situations. Noticing these contradictions is key to understanding their true nature. One practical tip is to keep a mental or physical journal of these inconsistencies. Write down instances when their actions don't match their words. Over time, you might see a pattern that confirms your suspicions. This method helps you stay objective and avoid being fooled by their charm or manipulative tactics. It's important to stay grounded and not jump to conclusions based on one action. Look for patterns over time and trust your feelings. If someone consistently makes you feel uneasy or drained, it's worth considering the possibility of a deeper, negative influence. Stay vigilant and protect your well-being by recognizing and addressing these signs. Emotional and psychological indicators. Have you ever felt something was off about someone close to you? Sometimes, this intuition can be a sign of deeper, negative influences at play. Recognizing these emotional and psychological indicators can help you protect yourself. First, let's talk about the feelings of unease and discomfort. Often, people with negative intentions hide behind charm and charisma. They might be the life of the party or extremely supportive, but if you feel uneasy around them, trust that feeling. For example, you might notice a slight tension or discomfort when they are around, even if they are being nice. This could be your intuition picking up on something wrong. A friend who always makes you feel anxious despite their friendliness could be masking deeper negative intentions. Next, consider the methods used for isolation. Negative influences often try to separate you from your support system. This isn't always obvious. They might start by subtly criticizing your friends and family or questioning their intentions. For example, they might say, "Why do you hang out with them? They don't appreciate you." Over time, this can create doubts and lead you to distance yourself from those who genuinely care about you. Isolation makes you more dependent on the person trying to control you. A unique aspect of isolation is how it impacts your daily routine. Someone with negative intentions might monopolize your time, leaving little room for other relationships. They could insist on constant contact, texting or calling you frequently, and expecting immediate responses. This constant engagement can be draining and leaves you feeling cut off from others. Let's explore guilt and emotional manipulation. This is a powerful tool for those influenced by negative forces. They might use your emotions against you, making you feel guilty for not prioritizing them. For instance, they might say things like, "If you loved me, you'd spend more time with me," or "I can't believe you would do this after everything I've done for you." These statements are designed to control your actions through guilt. To see this manipulation clearly, think about someone who constantly needs your help but never reciprocates. They might frame their needs as emergencies, making you feel guilty for not dropping everything to assist them. Over time, this guilt can erode your sense of self-worth, making you more susceptible to their influence. Another out-of-the-box indicator is how they react to your happiness or success. Someone with negative intentions might downplay your achievements or make you feel guilty for being happy. For example, if you share good news, they might respond with indifference or try to shift the focus back to themselves, saying something like, "That's great, but I've been having a really tough time lately." This behavior is meant to keep you from feeling too positive, ensuring you remain emotionally reliant on them. Now, consider the psychological effects of constant criticism. People influenced by demonic forces might frequently criticize you under the guise of helping you improve. They might say things like, "I'm just being honest," or "I'm telling you this for your good." This constant negativity can chip away at your confidence and make you doubt yourself. Over time, you start to believe their negative assessments, which makes you more vulnerable to their control. Lastly, let's discuss the impact on your mental clarity. Negative influences often cause confusion and self-doubt. You might find yourself second-guessing your decisions or feeling constantly unsure about your actions. This mental fog can be a result of their manipulative tactics, making it harder for you to see their true intentions. For instance, they might give mixed signals or contradict themselves, leaving you confused and dependent on them for clarity. Understanding these emotional and psychological signs can empower you to take control of your relationships. By recognizing these patterns, you can protect yourself from negative influences and maintain your well-being. Trust your instincts and ensure that you surround yourself with people who genuinely care about your happiness and growth. Physical symptoms and sensations. Negative influences can manifest through physical symptoms and sensations, often in ways that are easy to overlook but significant to your well-being. One of the most telling signs is unexplained fatigue and energy drain. You might find yourself feeling exhausted without any clear reason. This fatigue isn't the typical tiredness from a busy day or lack of sleep. It's a deeper sense of energy depletion that doesn't seem to go away. For instance, you might feel completely drained after spending time with a particular person, even if you haven't done anything physically demanding. This kind of energy drain can be a sign that you are being affected by negative energies. Imagine having a friend who, after a simple conversation, leaves you feeling completely wiped out. This isn't about the physical activity you've engaged in, but the energy exchange that happens on a more subtle level. People influenced by negative forces can affect your physical and spiritual energy levels, making you feel like your vitality is being sapped away. Unexplained fatigue can also manifest as a constant feeling of lethargy. You might find it hard to get out of bed, or complete everyday tasks. This persistent tiredness can make you question your health, but often it has no medical explanation. It's as if something is continually draining your life force. You might wake up feeling just as tired as when you went to bed, no matter how much rest you get. This can make it difficult to enjoy activities that you usually find pleasurable and can impact your overall quality of life. Another symptom to watch for is unsettling physical sensations. These can include feelings of heaviness, pressure, or discomfort in your body. For example, you might feel a heavy weight on your chest or shoulders when you're around a certain person. This sensation can be quite literal, like a physical burden that appears out of nowhere. Or you might experience pressure in your head, making it hard to think clearly or concentrate. Sometimes, these sensations can feel like a tightness or a knot in your stomach. You might feel uneasy or even nauseous when you're in the presence of someone with a negative influence. These physical reactions are your body's way of telling you that something is not right. They can serve as important clues that you should pay attention to. Consider a scenario where you always feel a strange pressure in your head when interacting with a particular colleague. This pressure might come and go, but it's persistent enough to make you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you notice a recurring pain in your neck or back that flares up when you're around a specific family member. These physical symptoms often have no medical cause and can be linked to the negative energy you are experiencing. Another example is feeling cold or having chills despite being in a warm environment. This unusual sensation might occur suddenly and without any clear reason. It can be a sign that there's a negative presence affecting your physical state. You might also experience sudden, unexplainable headaches or migraines when you're near certain individuals. These headaches can be intense and debilitating, making it hard to function normally. Moreover, you might find yourself experiencing physical symptoms that seem to mimic common illnesses but don't respond to treatment. For instance, persistent colds, stomach aches, or muscle pain that doctors can't explain could be linked to negative influences around you. This can be especially confusing and frustrating when medical tests come back normal, yet you continue to feel unwell. It's important to pay attention to these physical symptoms and sensations. While they might seem minor or easily dismissible, they can provide valuable insights into the energies around you. Trust your body's responses and take note of any recurring patterns. If you consistently feel drained, heavy, or uncomfortable around someone, it might be worth considering the possibility of a negative influence. Listening to your body and recognizing these signs can help you take steps to protect yourself. You can try to limit your exposure to such influences, engage in practices that help cleanse your energy, and seek environments that make you feel revitalized and positive. Practices such as spending time in nature, meditating, or even taking salt baths can help restore your energy levels and remove negative influences from your aura. Understanding these physical signs can empower you to take control of your well-being. By recognizing these patterns, you can protect yourself from negative influences and maintain your well-being. Trusting your instincts and ensuring that you surround yourself with people who genuinely care about your happiness and growth is crucial. Remember, your physical health is deeply connected to the energies around you, so staying vigilant can make a significant difference in your overall state of being. Your body is a powerful tool for sensing and responding to negative influences, so trust it and take action to protect your health and energy. Emotional manipulation and psychological control. Negative influences often use emotional manipulation and psychological control to dominate and control others. Recognizing these tactics can help you protect yourself from their harmful effects. Firstly, let's discuss how manipulators trigger strong emotions like fear, anger, and jealousy to exert control. They know that when you're emotionally charged, you're more likely to make decisions that favor them. For instance, they might use fear to keep you in check by exaggerating the dangers or creating false threats. This keeps you dependent on their guidance. For example, someone might constantly warn you about various dangers, making you feel anxious and reliant on their advice and protection. Similarly, they might provoke anger to create conflict and chaos, causing you to react impulsively. This reaction can make you appear unreasonable or out of control, further isolating you from others who might offer support. Jealousy is another powerful tool. A manipulator might foster jealousy by comparing you to others or suggesting that you're not as good as someone else. This can create feelings of inadequacy and competition. For instance, they might say things like, "Why can't you be more like so-and-so?" or "You should learn from them." Insecurity generated from such comparisons can make you cling more to the manipulator, giving them more control over your emotions and actions. This constant comparison can erode your self-esteem and make you feel dependent on the manipulator for validation. The impact on judgment and rationality is profound when strong emotions are involved. These emotions can cloud your thinking and make you more susceptible to manipulation. When you're scared, angry, or jealous, your ability to think clearly and make rational decisions is compromised. Fear might make you overly cautious, preventing you from seeing opportunities or taking necessary risks. Anger can lead to hasty decisions that you might regret later, while jealousy can make you suspicious and distrustful, even of those who have your best interests at heart. Real-life examples of emotional manipulation affecting decision-making are numerous. Consider a situation where a manipulative friend makes you believe that everyone else is talking behind your back. This fear can make you withdraw from your social circle, isolating you and making you more dependent on the manipulator for companionship. Or think about a scenario where a partner constantly criticizes your choices, making you doubt your judgment and rely more on their opinions. Over time, this can erode your self-confidence and make you more submissive. Creating dependency is another tactic used by those under negative influence. They foster emotional and psychological dependency by making you feel that you cannot function without them. This can be done through constant belittling, making you feel incapable, or through overbearing support, where they position themselves as the only ones who can help you. For instance, a controlling partner might insist on handling all the finances, making you feel that you are not capable of managing money. This creates a dependency that is hard to break. Insecurity and jealousy are often exploited to create this dependency. A manipulator might make you feel that you're not good enough and that only they can validate you. Highlighting your flaws and mistakes while portraying themselves as the only one who truly understands and accepts you makes you more reliant on their approval and guidance. This tactic makes you more reliant on their approval and guidance. They might frequently highlight your flaws and mistakes, suggesting that only they can accept you despite these imperfections. Additionally, a manipulative person might insist on handling all important decisions, making you feel that you are not capable of managing on your own. This creates a psychological dependency that can be very difficult to overcome, as your sense of worth becomes tied to their approval. You may begin to doubt your abilities and rely heavily on the manipulator's judgment, further entrenching their control over you. Understanding these tactics of emotional manipulation and psychological control is crucial. Recognizing when someone is using fear, anger, or jealousy to manipulate you can help you regain control over your emotions and decisions. By being aware of how these emotions impact your judgment, you can take steps to think more clearly and act more rationally. Add spiritual and psychological attacks. Negative influences often manifest as spiritual and psychological attacks, profoundly affecting your sense of well-being and connection to your spiritual beliefs. Recognizing these attacks can help you protect yourself and maintain your mental and spiritual health. One of the primary indicators of a spiritual attack is experiencing spiritual darkness. This is characterized by feelings of hopelessness, despair, and a lack of purpose. You might find yourself questioning the meaning of your life and feeling as though there is no light at the end of the tunnel. For instance, you may wake up each day with a sense of dread, unable to find joy in activities that once made you happy. This overwhelming feeling of despair can sap your motivation, making it difficult to accomplish daily tasks or pursue long-term goals. Spiritual darkness can have a significant impact on your daily life. When you feel disconnected from your purpose, it's challenging to stay motivated. This can lead to a cycle of inactivity and depression, where each day feels like a struggle to find meaning. You might find it hard to get out of bed, engage in social activities, or even take care of basic needs. This lack of motivation can further deepen feelings of hopelessness, creating a vicious cycle that is hard to break. Another sign of a spiritual attack is a disconnection from spiritual practices. Negative influences can sever your connections with your spiritual beliefs, leaving you feeling isolated and adrift. You might notice that you no longer find comfort in practices that once brought you peace, such as prayer, meditation, or attending religious services. This disconnection can make you feel lost and unsupported, amplifying feelings of loneliness and despair. Recognizing and addressing spiritual disconnection is crucial. If you find that you are no longer drawn to your spiritual practices or that they no longer provide solace, it's important to explore why this is happening. Reflect on whether external influences or internal changes are contributing to this disconnection. Sometimes, reconnecting with your spiritual community or seeking guidance from a spiritual mentor can help you regain your footing. Another aspect of spiritual and psychological attacks is increasing doubt and confusion about your beliefs and values. You might start questioning everything you once held dear, leading to a crisis of faith. This doubt can be very unsettling, causing you to feel unmoored and uncertain about your place in the world. For example, you might begin to question the existence of a higher power or doubt the teachings that have guided you throughout your life. This crisis of faith can lead to a deep sense of confusion and vulnerability. The effects of these attacks on your spiritual beliefs can be far-reaching. A crisis of faith can shake the foundation of your identity, leading to anxiety and emotional turmoil. You might feel isolated, as if no one understands what you're going through. This can result in a withdrawal from social interactions and a reluctance to share your struggles with others. The repercussions of such a crisis can include depression, anxiety, and a profound sense of loneliness. In extreme cases, this doubt and confusion can lead to a complete abandonment of your spiritual beliefs. Feeling disconnected and unsupported, you might turn away from your faith entirely. This can create a vacuum in your life, leaving you without the spiritual support system that once provided comfort and guidance. It's important to recognize these signs early and take steps to address them before they lead to a full-blown crisis. Understanding these signs of spiritual and psychological attacks is crucial for maintaining your mental and spiritual well-being. By recognizing feelings of spiritual darkness, disconnection from spiritual practices, and increasing doubt and confusion, you can take proactive steps to protect yourself. This might include seeking support from trusted friends or mentors, re-engaging with your spiritual community, or finding new ways to connect with your beliefs. Sudden changes in personality and behavior. Sudden and unexplained changes in personality and behavior can be significant indicators of negative influence. Recognizing these signs early can help you understand what might be happening and take appropriate action. One of the most noticeable signs is rapid mood swings. These are sudden, unexplained shifts in mood or behavior that seem out of character. For example, someone might go from being calm and collected to angry and aggressive without any apparent reason. These mood swings can be very erratic and unpredictable, making it difficult to understand what triggers them. You might notice that the person is happy and friendly one moment, but suddenly becomes irritable and confrontational the next. Such behavior can be unsettling and confusing for those around them. These rapid mood swings might be accompanied by other erratic behaviors, such as making impulsive decisions, engaging in risky activities, or having sudden outbursts of anger. For instance, a person might suddenly decide to quit their job without any plan, or they might start picking fights with friends and family over trivial matters. This unpredictability can create an environment of tension and uncertainty. Another critical sign to watch for is shifts in core values and beliefs. Negative influences can alter a person's fundamental values and morals, leading to changes in behavior that seem out of character. For example, someone who has always been honest and trustworthy might start lying or deceiving others. They might justify their actions with new beliefs or values that contradict their previous ones. This can be particularly alarming if the person starts to engage in harmful or destructive behaviors that they would have previously avoided. Consider someone who has always been kind and compassionate, but suddenly starts showing cruelty or indifference towards others. This shift in behavior can indicate that they are under the influence of negative forces. They might start to rationalize their actions with new, twisted beliefs that go against their earlier principles. This can lead to a breakdown in relationships, as friends and family struggle to understand and cope with these changes. Harmful behavior changes can have serious implications. When someone starts to act against their core values, it can lead to a loss of trust and respect from those around them. For instance, if a person who was once known for their integrity begins to engage in deceitful practices, it can damage their reputation and relationships. This change can also lead to isolation, as people may distance themselves from someone whose behavior has become unpredictable and harmful. In some cases, these shifts in values and behavior can lead to self-destructive actions. For example, someone might start abusing substances, engaging in dangerous activities, or neglecting their responsibilities. This can have devastating effects on their physical and mental health, as well as their overall well-being. It is crucial to recognize these signs early and intervene if necessary, to help the person return to their true self. Understanding these sudden changes in personality and behavior is essential for maintaining healthy relationships and ensuring the well-being of those around you. If you notice rapid mood swings or shifts in core values and beliefs, it is important to approach the situation with empathy and concern. Try to understand what might be causing these changes and offer support to help them navigate through this difficult time. Protecting yourself and your loved ones. Protecting yourself and your loved ones from negative influences is crucial for maintaining mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. First, let's talk about setting boundaries. Establishing and maintaining personal boundaries is essential in any relationship, especially when dealing with potential negative influences. Boundaries help define what is acceptable behavior and what is not, providing a clear framework for interactions. For example, if someone consistently makes you feel uncomfortable or disrespects your wishes, it is important to assertively communicate your limits. Let them know what behaviors are unacceptable and what the consequences will be if those boundaries are crossed. Practical steps for setting and enforcing boundaries include being clear and specific about your limits. For instance, you might say, "I need you to stop speaking to me in that tone," or "I can't help you with this if you continue to behave this way." It's also important to remain consistent in enforcing these boundaries. If someone crosses a boundary, follow through with the consequences you've set. This might mean limiting your interactions with them or taking a break from the relationship altogether. Next, seeking guidance and support is vital in protecting yourself from negative influences. Spiritual and psychological support systems play a crucial role in maintaining your well-being. These support systems can provide you with the strength and clarity needed to navigate difficult situations. For example, connecting with a spiritual advisor or therapist can offer valuable insights and coping strategies. They can help you understand and address the negative influences in your life, providing a safe space to express your concerns and fears. Effective practices for seeking guidance include regular spiritual practices like meditation, prayer, or attending religious services. These activities can help you stay grounded and connected to your core beliefs, providing a sense of peace and clarity. Additionally, talking to trusted friends or family members about your experiences can provide emotional support and practical advice. They can offer different perspectives and help you see situations more clearly, making it easier to identify and address negative influences. Taking practical measures to ensure safety and well-being is another crucial step. This involves being proactive in recognizing and responding to warning signs. For instance, if you notice consistent patterns of negative behavior from someone, take steps to protect yourself. This might mean distancing yourself from that person, even if it's difficult. Trusting your intuition is essential here. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore those gut feelings. They are your body's way of signaling potential danger. Actions to ensure safety can include creating a personal safety plan. This plan might involve identifying safe places to go if you feel threatened, having a list of people you can call for support, and knowing what steps to take in an emergency. Additionally, consider self-care practices that can help you stay resilient. This might include regular exercise, healthy eating, sufficient sleep, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. These practices can help you maintain your physical and emotional strength, making it easier to cope with negative influences. It's also important to educate yourself about the signs of emotional and psychological manipulation. Understanding these tactics can help you recognize them more quickly and take action to protect yourself. For instance, knowing that manipulators often use guilt, fear, and confusion can help you identify when these tactics are being used against you. Once you recognize these signs, you can set appropriate boundaries and seek support to counteract their effects. Thank you for watching. Remember, recognizing and addressing negative influences is crucial for your well-being and the well-being of your loved ones. Stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Also, join our Discord community where we can support each other and discuss these topics further. The link is in the description.